I've been told that there have been a lot of intelligent people throughout history who have believed in God. That's true. While you ponder the significance of that, I'd like
To
you to
consider Goofus. This is Goofus, and he's a very intelligent guy. He heard a pretty ridiculous claim from an anonymous source. He immediately didn't believe it and went about his day without giving it further thought. Later, Goofus heard a friendly acquaintance make the ridiculous claim. But despite the claim's ridiculousness, Goofus trusted the source, so he actually believed it. Yet because the ridiculous claim isn't actually true, you might think that it won't be too difficult to convince Goofus that he shouldn't believe it. And at this point, indeed, it might not be too difficult to convince him of the truth. I mean, he is an intelligent guy. Now let's change the circumstances. Let's say that Goofus was raised from birth to believe the ridiculous claim. If that's the case, it will be much more difficult to convince Goofus that the claim isn't true. After all, it was taught to him and consistently reinforced throughout his life by his parents, the very people nature has set him up to trust the most, regardless of their knowledge, or lack thereof, of the actual truth. Now let's change the circumstances again. Let's say that not only was Goofus raised from birth to believe the ridiculous claim, but that the community of people who live around Goofus and his family were also raised believing the same ridiculous claim. At this point, Goofus's belief will be reinforced by many other people besides his blood relatives, including probably his spouse. His belief will be considered the norm, and anything that contradicts it will seem alien and wrong. Now it will be very difficult to convince Goofus that the ridiculous claim is wrong.